These are the rear cultivators I just got on the other day when it's pretty. It's like 55 here right now. And I turned the arm to the inside, and they were turned to the outside, but then that hits your crop. And if I measure right, these are set up for 20-inch rows, 20 inch in the center, 20 inches to the outside of the tire, so that the tractor is like 40 inches wide. But these arms are for an AV, and the V is vegetable, and it's a high crop tractor, because these arms right here were moved out to the end, and this is the arm that was on it, which that's for an AV to clear the larger rear tires. And this is what's supposed to be on an A. It's a little short because it doesn't have to clear the rear tire that much, because they're not that big, and you can't get you can get a taller tire, but right there where the arm hits, it did hit right there. But I figured these whole rear brackets and everything, and there's a bunch of different companies made them for international, but this one, the arm right here that runs up by the driver, adjusts the rear cultivator, and then these other two levers right here and right here adjust the center two. And I've got to get me another bracket like that. I've got two here, and I've got one more that goes on this toolbar. This toolbar is square and carries a different style bracket, which these sweeps and arms and all is already on here. I took sweeps off because they're partial sweep. The inside ears cut off of them on both sides. I got to fix that. I bought all new sweeps for them, and I got to go pick me up a bracket from old boy in McCalla. He go look through it, and if not, I'll have to make one, but ain't no biggie. I was going to move the toolbar in a little bit on these two, but if I measure right, and the guy I was watching talked about 20-inch rows, and from the center of that to the center of this outside tire right here that clears the rear tires about 20 inches, so it would clear the other row. So you'd ride in one row and have about 20 inches that you had to cultivate. So when you put the cultivator here on this one, that one there with the sweep out, the sweeps out and in, that covers all 20 inches with the 3 sweeps on it. And same for the other side. But got it up here, need to wash it up. Old boy getting married in I guess a couple more months, so got to go get me a couple of bolts and make a square-headed bolt, because the ones I've got are just a hair too short. Got a bunch of new old stock from US Steel, but that bolt right there broke off, and I replaced it. It needs to come out about another 3/4 of an inch to be the same as this one and these two over here. And those are old and rusty, but if I make some, I'll go ahead and I guess make 4 of them. It don't take nothing but a little bit of a torch and a couple of blows with a hammer to make the nuts, the bolts for it, and I've got plenty of the nuts rather, so. And I need to touch up where I had to move this bracket right here back because it wasn't level. I leveled them up, and that one was twisted, so I had to flip it around from these holes that go from here down to the caddy corner ones. It don't match this one, or it matches exactly, but it's not. I don't like it because it faces the exact same way. If you use the other 2 holes, it would be turned in the same direction, which I might turn that because I don't like the way that looks. It's turned the same way this one looks. But like I said, I got that other bracket right here. It's right there. It's got 2 holes. You can turn it and twist it. So I got to get one more of these. And the U-bolt ain't no problem, and flat strap ain't, but this right here is got the groove in it, and got the double holes, and it's got the round for the arm. And there's my 2 other shanks right there. So we got it. We working on it slowly but surely. I'll go pick up my boy tomorrow, and I'll pick up a couple of cattle panels while I'm out and get some bolts to make some square-headed bolts out of. Get some hardened ones, and I need a couple of washers that are 1.25 inches inside. I've got a Carter key there and a couple of washers, but they're so thin I need a washer. It's about 1/4 inch thick. and take up a little bit of slap. These things are old and wore out. But there's my drawbar I took off. I was going to put it on the front just where I'd have somewhere to bind it down when I loaded it up and all, but I got a hook on the front. I might have to put a hook on the rear and D-ring in between these. That's why I said I put two more new bolts in it and use grade 8. And that way I can set the cultivators down and put a D-ring and just bind it down. Of course, I ain't got to go but about 60 or 70 miles, but still, I got this front hook right there, and that's good to hook and tie down to. I can tie forward and backwards on it, and I got another one right here, but that's center of the tractor as far as the weight goes. But it needs washing. I've been working on the Bobcat and it's got me pickled. I've got a fire problem. When it was getting hot, we thought it was running out of fuel, but I don't think it's run out of fuel because I put another fuel pump on it, and it's getting plenty of fuel because it flooded. And I put it in the line right there. And my cap, it's been a while since we rebuilt it. It's dug out this basement and I've done a lot of work. That's a 4D Wisconsin motor. I can get a cap for it for about 40 bucks to the house. Needs new plugs. Might go ahead and get new plugs, cap and rotor, and adjust the points again because it's acting up and cutting up. Thought it was the switch, so I put a brand new switch in it, but it ain't a switch. This is a 69 model M600 or 610 Bobcat loader. Bobcat brand. It's been a good one. It's for a short man. Boy we bought it from was about 6 foot like me, so he made it where a 6 foot person could operate it comfortably. But it is wore out. It came from US Steel. Tires are about wore out on it, and it's had a hard life. It worked out there till it couldn't work no more. There's a counterweight. It's got Bobcat on it. It's got solid filled tires on it. A homemade bucket on the front that they made, and I've made some forks for it and other stuff, but it filled in that hole where all them cars are, because that was a big old hole. I live on a hill here, dug the basement out and filled it up in that hole there. But it's been a good one. I can get me a cap. We were looking at a Mustang buying, but it's a 90 model, so it ain't much different than this one here, and it's a diesel motor and it'll weigh more. This is only 3,500 pounds. That diesel one should weigh around 5,000 pounds if it's the model I think it is. But anyway, all right, appreciate it.